Hey, it's Amelia. I am doing my Pan That Palette 2018 update number 1 for the end of January, beginning of February. I think I'm going to title these by the month that it's starting. So like this will be my February update. Normally I film them on the 1st of every month, but I decided to do it on the 31st. So I'm going to go into what I'm panning first. So this year I'm panning these two palettes, the Naked 1 and 2. I'm also panning these 3 single shadows. For the majority of the month I've been using the original Naked palette, and I've actually made a lot of progress, which I wasn't expecting to. So I'm going to put in a photo of what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. I don't really know how to hold it, so I will insert photos. So the first thing, what I already hit pan on was Virgin, Naked, and Smog, and then the update I filmed for YouTube didn't have any pan in Sidecar, but my Instagram update, which was the day after, I had a little sliver of pan, and this is what this looks like now after about a month's use. So all of this pan happened in January. And mainly it's because these palettes are well used prior to this project. I just didn't use them enough to finally hit pan, so a lot of the beginning progress is just me getting those last few uses right before pan that I hadn't got before. So what I did hit pan on is pretty much everything else. So Sin, Sidecar obviously, Buck, and Darkhorse, which is the dark brown. Sidecar I hit pan on the 2nd. Then after that, I didn't hit pan until January 12th when I hit pan on my Naked 2 palette in the shade Busted, which is this one here. Then I hit pan on Darkhorse on the 15th. Then I hit pan on Buck on the 23rd. Then I hit pan on Sin on the 25th. And then I hit pan on Verve on the 29th, which is in the Naked 2. So I hit a lot of pan towards the end of the month, which I wasn't expecting. So in this palette, I already finished Foxy and Blackout, but I repressed some of my Blackout single into here because it keeps breaking. I already had pan on Booty Call, and I don't think I used that at all. I had pan on Suspect and Snakebite before, but I expanded pan on Suspect, which you can see if you compare photos, like on my Instagram. And then I hit pan on Verve like 2 days ago. So that's pretty good, I think. I wanted to talk about panning strategy because I've decided to change how I'm going to pan things. So normally the way I pan is, for eyeshadow specifically, but in general, I will use products the way I normally would if I'm not panning, if I like the item. If I don't like it, then that's a different thing. But if I like it, I'm going to just use my makeup the way I normally would. The problem with that is a lot of products, especially powder, the way to hit pan faster is to concentrate your brush in a certain area. And the reason I don't like doing that originally is because, for example, here's Darkhorse. I've hit pan, but if you look at it, everything else in the pan is at the same top level, and it just has like one little hole in it. So then I have to work on lowering the level of everything else, like, you know what I mean, using a product going down rather than expanding side to side. Whereas something like Sidecar, I didn't have pan for a really long time, but once I started hitting pan, it just spread because I was taking off layers going down, which is what I normally prefer. However, and I wrote a note to myself, I did find more motivation in panning when I hit pan on Darkhorse. Like, after that, I was like, I don't know how to explain it, I was just like more motivated to pan than I was before. And then I was thinking about my experience with panning a blush last year. I wanted to pan my smaller blush of the Hourglass Mood Exposure. And the beginning of the year I was panning a separate blush, which I decluttered after I hit significant pan. I was almost done with it. I was trying to hit pan on the Mood Exposure blush, and it just wasn't happening, and even now there's a huge dip in it, but there's no pan showing. And towards the end of the year, I lost motivation to use it. I stopped using it. And comparing my experience with these palettes this month and that, I feel like hitting pan, even if it means using products in a different way so I can concentrate my brush in a specific area, might be more beneficial than I originally thought. It might give me the ability to keep myself motivated. And like, another thing is, in my original intro video, I mentioned that my goal is to have my palettes look like they are their age. So this palette is 4 years old. And at the beginning of January, this did not look anything like it was 4 years old. It looked like it was maybe half a year old or a year old. When I look at this now, it doesn't look 4 years old to me. I feel like if someone had a palette for 4 years that they were using regularly, it would have a lot more pan than this. It would definitely have at least 3 eyeshadows already gone. So when I look at this, I would believe someone if they told me they had this for 1.5 to 2 years. So that's progress to me. I'm not going to finish everything in both of these by the end of the year, but I do want to finish the ones I have labeled, and I'm happy with the progress that I made on these two. This one I don't think I made a lot of progress because I'm working on the sides, but this one especially, like, I'm really happy with that. And I'm happy that my 2 favorite shades in this palette have the large amounts of pan. I don't think they have the largest. I think Naked has the most. But it's like, these ones have, this one specifically has a wider pan. This one's more narrow, but it goes down the whole thing. So I am happy with my progress, and that is my goal, is to finish the year, look at it, and say, how old does this palette look? And I want to look at it and say, at least 4 years old. Actually, it'll be 5 years old, so I want this to look 5 years old. This one is 3 years old, so I want this to look 4 years old by the end. I finished 2 eyeshadows. This will be gone soon. I was just like, I use black eyeshadow every day. I just needed to put it in something so it wasn't breaking every 3 seconds. This is sad looking to me, and the reason is YDK is my favorite eyeshadow out of both palettes. It's just my number one. It has no pan showing, and you can barely see a dip in it. That is so sad. So right now, after I hit significant pan on Sidecar, I moved on to Suspect, and I expanded pan. And then when I wasn't really expanding pan that much anymore, I decided to move on to YDK. So this February month, my plan is to hit pan on YDK and clear out either the top or one of the sides of Sidecar, because those are my favorite all-over lid shades from both palettes. I do need to mention my birthday is this month, and I'm getting makeup as gifts, so I will probably spend about a week using whatever new eyeshadows I get. So this upcoming month is going to have less progress. But I am going to use the weekends to pan that aren't that 1 week of me using my new makeup. The way I'm panning this year is I have weekends off if I want to, but I can use these if I'm feeling motivated. So they're optional breaks, and I'm feeling motivated enough I don't feel like I need a break. So I would love to see if I can finish an eyeshadow this month, but I really doubt that. Naked and Virgin I use every single day, and I don't know if the pan's expanding. These really are very hard pressed shadows, and there's a lot of product. So I know I can finish them by the end of the year. I just don't know how fast I can. And I am going to stick to my goal of finishing 12 eyeshadows, because I feel like I can do that if I really am trying. I don't think I used my single shadows that much this month, but I'm going to show what they look like. So this is, I said the names wrong in the last video. This is Midnight Cowboy Rides Again. In the last one I called this Midnight Cowgirl Rides Again, but it's just Midnight Cowgirl. I don't know why I said that, but I did. I'm really hoping you can see this and it's in focus. And this is Twice Baked. I remember using this one. I don't remember if I used the other two. But because I have, basically, including these two, I have 6 light inner corner type shades. So it's Virgin Sin, Booty Call Verve, Midnight Cowboy Rides Again, and Midnight Cowgirl. I can't finish 6 inner corner highlights in a year. So I've been using Virgin from like here on my crease up to set my primer. So that's not going to be used in the inner corner at all. And I sort of want to do this system where whatever has the least amount of pan I'm working on. So at the moment I've been using Verve the last few days, but Sin has the least amount of pan. Basically, I used it twice after I hit pan and then I switched. So right now I'm going to focus on Sin, but also if I'm doing a cool toned eye look, I'm going to use Verve if it's necessary. And I was looking at it, and Booty Call is actually sort of neutral. It kind of goes with both cool and warm toned looks. So I think I'm going to save that for last, as it can be used for anything shadow. This one goes well with cool tones, and this one goes well with warm tones. So, but they have significant pan right now, so I'm not going to use either. But when these look like they have the least amount of pan, I'll go back and forth between these. I think I want to finish my singles before the ones in the palette, but I'm just motivated to use the ones in the palette right now, so that's what I'm doing. Hopefully by my next update I will have finished something, but so far I've hit pan on 6 eyeshadows, so I think that's really good, especially considering how large the pan in Sidecar is. I don't think I even mentioned it. I'm at college now. I'm working on my setup. It doesn't have to stay like this. Let me know if I should move to a different part of my room or if I should angle the camera differently. So far this is the best I can get it. But I can try something else if this doesn't work for people. It's not like the best background, but neither was my last one. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. And if you have done an update video, let me know and I'll go check it out. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!